if the family is thinking they need to spend a year or two sorting through all the stuff, and then they're going to rehab the house, and at the end of that, sell the house, that's going to put them off a while. Versus if I can show them, not sell them because it works for me, but because it serves them. The best way is we'll sell it as is. We'll get top dollar net for you based on that condition that's in. We'll deal with the material in the house as efficiently, professionally, sensitively as we can. But guess what? We can have this deal done in 30, 60 days or so based on our track record. They can then speak to that senior living facility with conviction. We know where our house is. We know what's going to happen with it and move quickly. So is that kind of part of the process, is learning those skills and then being able to communicate them effectively?
1000%. The senior living has its own language. And I'll take it even a step further about the analogy that you just gave. They won't let your mom move in until you prove to her. It's called discovery, which is a nice way to say, does mom have money or not? But they always have nice words for things. They can do this discovery process, and basically they're figuring out if mom has any money. And if she has a low pension and in this house, the industry has been content with saying, go find a real estate agent and go figure that out. Well, what they've really done is they've punted that person good 3, 6, 9 months down the road.
Right.
And with us, we can get it done in a few weeks, just like you said. And so if they don't have the money, and by the way, this is what I want to point out, only about 5% of Americans have enough in their checking or enough assets to pay the average $6,000 a month. 95% have to usually sell an asset, namely mom's house. That's what they have. That's where their equity is sitting. And so the house sale process helps senior living to be more profitable with the clients they already have. It helps daughter Judy and the senior to do the thing. They don't want to rehab it, guys. By the way, if they want to rehab this house, I'm never going to get that lead, right? They always tell me they might rehab it. Let's write that down. That's pretty good advice. But they're just getting to know me, right? They're like, we might rehab this house. Yeah, really, they're not going to. They want to know, and you said it before, like with the cost versus value. My job is to not sell them anything ever. I sit on the same side of the table with them. We go over all the options. I talk about 2 net numbers. The journey to, I don't know why that's doing that. The journey to the retail sale, what they might net, the time frames versus my offer. And when you have a logical conversation about what the net's going to be, and the numbers are very similar, no one picks the hard route, Bill. They don't go, let me risk it and wait 6 months, 8 months. No, of course not. If the numbers are similar, they're like, cool. And even better, when you give them tools like cost versus value, they're going to call their brother up that lives across the country and be like, I don't think we should rehab this house at all. Like, what? This guy can do this rehab for way less than we can. And by the time we pay all this money, we'll net the same. And now I've empowered them to make a decision for them. And a lot of times that includes selling me the house.
2-3 years ago, there were a couple of probate companies really focused on rehabbing the house, lending money to the state to rehab the house. And they were geniuses because every house they had, they made a profit on. Well, yeah, because everything went up. If you just sat on the house and didn't do anything and sold it a year later, it went up 40%. You were a genius.
They looked pretty smart, didn't they?
They looked pretty smart. Now they're not looking so smart, right? Now, and I don't know, rates, they jump up, they down. It's more stress, I think, than actual losses in my market. In some cities, prices have gone down. That's not true in LA. List prices have come down, but the sales prices are still about the same. That said, the same a year later is just lost money. And if the asset's worth $1 million, you also didn't get the investment potential on that $1 million that you would have had as well. So I think you hit that on the head.